Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cargo News via TV, live and exclusive from Air Cargo Europe, Munich. And we have here a personality on its own, Dennis Lister. He is a person who is perhaps needs no introduction from me, at least. Emirates Sky Cargo. This is what he's going to talk about. And let's talk to him straight away, live from Munich. Good evening, Dennis. How are you?
Good evening. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you so much for giving us the time. There are a lot of things to ask on the global front. Tell us something about Emirates Sky Cargo, what you have been doing up.
So we've actually had a very good year last year. We look at our performance compared to the previous year. We closed in at roughly 5% up on revenue. We closed in terms of volume at about 2.7 million tons, which was an increase of about 1.4%. So a really good performance from a cargo perspective. Despite the headwinds and all the difficulties in the market, we've managed to buck the trend yet again, and we've had a superb year in 2018 and 2019.
You caught me on the right front. Challenges, that's what you're talking about. There has been some challenges in 2018, and 2019 is more aggressive. Have you to say anything about this? What challenges are you facing?
Absolutely. In 2018, we had a number of challenges. Obviously, with the escalating fuel prices, it had a big impact on profitability for us as an airline. Also, the volatile exchange rates has had an impact on our yield and our profitability as an airline. So these are just some of the basic things that have really impacted at a meta level for us, particularly on the profitability of the cargo performance for last year.
When we talk about profitability, leaving about the challenges, leaving about everything, the world of digitalization is there now. Everybody is talking about artificial intelligence, they are talking about digitalization, they are talking about security, they are all concerning cargo. What have you to say about this in terms of Emirates Sky Cargo? In terms of artificial intelligence, are you into digitalization? How much? And what criteria are you adopting?
A very good question. So I think digitalization or digitization has been a big topic or big word that's been branded out a lot lately in the last year. Digitization is absolutely part and parcel of what we do, but it is just for us thinking about the different technologies that we need to adopt. And there are so many different technologies out there. I mean, you hear the buzzwords of blockchain, you hear the buzzword of pricing distribution, all these different technologies out there, APIs, and there's so many variants of different technologies being discussed. For us, digitization is a key factor for us completely. We do look at how we can actually make things more efficient for us internally, for our customers. So some of the key components from a digitization perspective is looking at, first off for us, is looking at pricing distribution. This is one big factor that we believe will be very helpful for our customers and helpful for us internally. So that's just one component. The other things we're looking at is in terms of tracking, traceability of cargo, and we're constantly looking at our pharma product. As you probably know, pharma is a real key important part for us, and we're now looking at something called Pharma 360. And part of that is understanding how do you really get true traceability and traceability and tracking on all our pharma products, basically from an end-to-end perspective.
Very well said. In fact, we have been discussing. I had about 5 meetings this morning in terms of, artificial intelligence, in terms of digitalization. I'm sure that with such an organization, you have tremendous amount of digitalization still going on for 2019 and henceforth ahead as well. Now, when we talk about different markets, we are taking the global concept. Could you kindly share your thoughts? Which markets are the key markets for you?
Key markets for sure. We've got major markets coming out of Europe, major markets coming out of Asia. If you look at Hong Kong for us, Hong Kong's a massive trade lane for us. We're operating roughly 26 freighters per week. On top of that, we've got 28 passenger flights in a week from Hong Kong. So an extremely busy trade lane for us feeding into Dubai. But I think the key thing is, and for the audience to understand that of the 26 freighters we're bringing from Hong Kong, not all of that is destined for Dubai, because we as Emirates, as you know, are a network player. We really focus on our strength of basically creating connectivity through Dubai to onward destinations. So we'll typically see a feed coming in from Hong Kong via Dubai, where we then basically transit via another aircraft feeding into Europe or into Asia or into Indian subcontinent or even to Africa or even into the US.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Dennis Lister, live and exclusive from Munich Air Cargo Europe 2019, and he is live on Cargo News via TV. We have been talking about various inputs which Emirates Air Cargo has been performing over the last year, 2019. We are going to ask him how is he seeing the future.
Well, we don't have a crystal ball. In fact, I was talking to one of my colleagues earlier today and they said to me, how do you forecast at Emirates Sky Cargo? And I think the word forecast is a big topic. I think we have to use some of the traditional tools where you look at a PMI index or you look at the traditional base flows of whether it's technology feeding from China or whether it's fruit and vegetables feeding from India. So we got to look at the traditional trade lanes and the trade routes with the basic volumes that we understand. However, when you're trying to look into the future, you need to always be cognizant of the fact that there's always geopolitical things happening at any point in time. So if you look at the current trade war between the US and China, that has a massive impact on trade flow.
Yeah.
And you look at all these various things that are happening within the region. So whether it's political unrest or whether you find that there's a new product being introduced, like the fidget spinner a few years ago. Who would have guessed that the fidget spinner would have had such an impact on volume feeding out? So I think there are a number of factors that have an impact, but if I look at the moment, probably for the first quarter of this year, the market has been soft. We can see that across most of the sectors,
yeah.
right? However, we try and buck those trends, and what we try and do is actually try and look at the volume we carry today, and we actually see, because we're a customer-centric organization, we actually do talk to our customers. We try and find out what are the different niches, different verticals we need to be focusing on. And part of that can mean looking at different verticals. So a big success factor, to come back to your earlier question, that has contributed massively to our success in 2018 and now partly in 2019 has been the diversification of our product mix. We have seen a significant improvement in terms of growth in revenue, growth in tonnage, and growth in our profitability, simply by diversifying significantly more into the different verticals or the different sectors.
Very well said. In fact, diversification, collaborations, this is all, they are following it up. Emirates Sky Cargo is following up everything nichefully well. My last two questions, which are basically your awards. You have been awarded quite well number of times, and that owes to your success story. And number two, USPs and collaborations. Basically, how would you define that?
So we have been awarded a number of awards in the past and more recently. So I think something we're extremely proud of is the fact that we are now GDP compliant and there has been audited again, and we've been successful in the accreditation. And that's important for us. And the reason why that's important is because we are talking to our customers, particularly to our pharmaceutical customers, that are reliant on our service from point A to point B. So a big success factor in our pharma story is the fact that we're prepared to invest, right? So we put a lot of effort, a lot of money and people and resources into making sure our product of pharma is the best in the world, and we stand by that. And we've recently been awarded the DHL Care Award, and we continue to again get more awards in terms of our pharma product. So that's something that's extremely important for us. We continue to invest, and I think that makes the real difference for us, because we really care about ultimately what the patient will receive at the end of the day. So we really look out for the excursions, we monitor the temperature, and we make sure that our facilities are fully GDP compliant.
Exactly, because recently this morning itself, I was told that you have been awarded well by the SkyCell, and they have literally.
Absolutely.
And that's congratulations basically on that. And that's what they said, that they said to me that you must mention our name to Dennis on this, that they have really done up very well in terms of maintaining the temperatures. And TempCool is one of the best ever things which is to be really awarded and to be recognized. Thank you very much, Dennis, for your time with us, and I hope that you enjoyed talking to us as we did. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.